today. From Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
First play, Bridgewater looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
First carry here for Ken Walker. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 17 carries, 53 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Play action now. Bridgewater. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
2nd and 2. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Looking to throw. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Sanders fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gainwell will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side and then take it down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient, excellent job blocking, finds the gap and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Kenneth Gainwell who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive. Something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Hassan Reddick, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Now Bridgewater. This is the tight end Fant. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
4th down, ready to punt. Michael Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Yeah, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The Eagles at 8-2 on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And he fires one, but incomplete. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And out now come the Seahawks. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Throw out wide to Walker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is caught. It's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running right, here's Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 7. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
And he returns this to the 22.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, Bridgewater. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
To throw is Bridgewater. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Give that sack to the Kobe Dean.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Throwing, Bridgewater. This is Fant on the short completion. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the 1st before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater.
That's complete to the tight end, Warner. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Up the middle, Jones. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Bridgewater. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he missed it. It's no good. and the deficit will hold pat at 13. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. That's so frustrating for an offense, especially on the road. You put together a great drive, but in the end, you come away with nothing.
And it kind of silenced the crowd a little, too. But few things wake them up quite like a missed field goal.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Back to throw now on 1st down.
He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard.
He'll drop to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Here's 2nd and 8. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive goes 8 plays and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater.
They'll set up the screen to Dallas.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Flushed out right over the middle, and it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Bridgewater again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McKenzie. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. From the 16, Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater.
That's caught by Werner, the tight end.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And again, it's Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to plan a comeback.
So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Laviska Shenault, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalpost. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Bridgewater on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by QT.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run wide side with Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Tackle there by big Jordan Davis. 2nd down, another shot for Jones.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. They're still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And some room to work. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's caught, Smith.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
He'll look to throw.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
2nd and 10. Bridgewater. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. An inside give to Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Bridgewater to throw it. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. That's complete to John Ross.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Second and 4. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 4 yards out.
And the Eagles have opened the lead up to 30. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. We haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Again, it's Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Bridgewater. Out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Robert Quinn drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Nifty move. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Second down, back to Sanders. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and goal from the 1. They're going to run this with a tight end. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Eagles extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, You could just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. A first down throw for Bridgewater. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Bridgewater steps away to his left. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
First down, Bridgewater.
This one swung out here to Jones.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now Bridgewater.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
First target, first catch, and a first down. Throwing is Bridgewater. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making a tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now.
They run the option on second down.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
An option handoff given to Sanders.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 24, Bridgewater.
That's taken in by Eskridge, complete.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or... And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Hassan Reddick picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Around the NFL 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. And the Vikings have scored, swinging back in front. Kirk Cousins, 3 touchdown passes to help lead the way. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Eagles, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.